So welcome back, guys. Hangout number 3. Today is day number 15. We're halfway through Coach Basics training. As always, it's great to see a solid turnout. It's being recorded for anybody that might miss this presentation. And I mentioned earlier before everybody got on, there's so much good information to cover and so many valuable resources to provide new coaches coming into the business. The biggest challenge that I find is really picking and choosing what is the most valuable, tangible stuff that you can take away from these meetings every week, especially because we only have 4 of them, which gives us 4 hours of face-to-face time. Obviously, we've got the other days in between where you're receiving other education and posts, but it really is like picking and choosing. And hopefully what happens is you guys are receiving what I would consider to be the most important stuff to understand how to approach your business. And it kind of causes like these light bulbs to start going off in your head, and the creative juices get flowing. And it's kind of like, oh my gosh, well, I can do this and I can do this. And you start thinking out of the box. And that's really what it's all about. You know, you're being given the fundamentals and the tools and the resources that have evolved and have worked for thousands of coaches now over the past, call it 7 years since the network started. But if you go back 7 years ago versus where we are today, they had next to nothing to run their businesses the way you guys do now. And the tools that you're provided with are often developed by coaches who have thought out of the box and come up with these new and innovative ways to build a Beachbody coach business. And so these coaches are just passing on and sharing all these valuable things that they create. And I say this because there was a document that I came upon today through one of the team pages. Actually, it was Ellen. I don't know if Ellen's on here. Team Revelation, her team. She had put this document on, and I was like, wow, I've never seen this Shakeology document. And maybe some of you guys have. But there's a document that I'm going to post on the team page sometime after the call. It's called, I don't know if you can see this, but it says it's the 5 most common misconceptions made about Shakeology. And it's this 2-page document that was developed by Shay Stanford, who is now a 10-star diamond coach, and she's primarily built her business around Shakeology. She's an expert guru on the value of Shakeology and why everybody should be drinking it. And this little document here, this 2-page document, is enough that any potential customer reads this, they're going to go, wow, okay, this is much different than I thought. So I'm going to post this on the page for you guys to use as a tool and a resource. It's fantastic. So that was a really valuable one. I have some other tools that I'll show you in a minute. I do first want to introduce, do I see Claudia, is that you? Wave at the screen. It is you. All right, you're using Megan's iPhone. Okay. Let me unmute you real quick. So I have Claudia here, who is a 1-star diamond. She's the founder of Team Infinity. For those of you that have not met her or you don't know her through our team page, she has her own team page because she has built a really substantial organization of her own now called Team Infinity. And Claudia has evolved what I would consider to be the most inspiring looking fit club that I've seen in our organization to date. And so I'm psyched that you're here, Claudia. Everybody's really excited to hear you and how you got started with running that fit club and what you would suggest to the other coaches who are thinking about running fit clubs themselves. So we'll definitely be talking to you more in a few minutes.
I'm excited about that.
All right, cool. So we can hear you. That's good. And then is Eileen, are you here yet? I'm looking around. Not yet. That's okay. I'll introduce her when she comes on. So before we jump in, guys, here's just the quick bullets that I want to cover before we get to our speakers. Number 1, the remaining schedule for where we're going in the future. So we're in Hangout number 3. Hangout number 4 will be next Tuesday, August 12th. That'll be the final Hangout. Now, it's the final Hangout, but it's not the end of Coach Basics. There will still be 1 more week of education posts following the last Hangout. Then On Wednesday, August 27th, there will be the next Coach Opportunity webinar. So if you, in your journey as a coach, know of other people that you think might be interested in this opportunity, given your experience of what you've learned and what you're finding about the business, you can invite them to this team webinar that we do I try to do this about every 6 weeks. So the next one will be on Wednesday, August 27th. There will be a webinar done at noon, and then there will be another opportunity. If people can't attend at noon, we'll do it again at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be a 1-hour webinar on what Beachbody coaching is all about. A lot of you guys have probably already seen it, but if not, it's a presentation that I've developed and I've evolved it over the past 1.5 years now. So I just try to evolve it a little bit more each time to make it as insightful and as attractive to new people who might say, yeah, you know what, I think I want to get involved with this, and it'll help you build your team. So that'll be Wednesday, August 27th. Following that, I'm going to take a 2-week break through the whole Labor Day weekend period. And the next round of Coach Basics, an all-new round of Coach Basics, will begin on Wednesday, September 10th. So it's going to go back to Wednesdays for the Hangouts starting in September. And I apologize if that inconveniences anyone. It's just my schedule keeps getting changed on me. So Wednesday, September 10th will be the next round of Coach Basics. Okay. Let me just see here. All right. Before we talk to Claudia, I want to share a bit more about my own personal experience with Shakeology and how we've become quite successful with Shakeology sales in our gym. And for those of you that aren't really familiar with my background, my primary career is that of a Gold's Gym Health Club owner. And so I got into beach